Hello, everyone. Welcome to Med School Moments. My name is Dr. Matthew Momjian, and today we're going to be discussing how to master time management in med school. In today's episode, brought to you by MedSchoolCoach, you will learn how to optimize your weekly calendar to maximize productivity and manage your study time more effectively. You'll discover strategies to enhance your learning and retention during study sessions, and you'll understand how to maximize your daily efficiency to achieve long-term academic and personal goals. So let's get started. To start with, how can you optimize your weekly calendar? So when I work with our clients, I'm a big proponent of the fact that anyone going into this field needs to have a really firm grasp on how they're spending their time throughout the week and what commitments they have. For most clients and for myself, these days I recommend the use of a digital calendar. There are a lot of benefits to this, especially in today's Zoom meeting-esque link-filled world. But if you don't prefer an electronic calendar, you can use a daily planner or some type of agenda book. The key is that whatever you use is always with you whenever you are, so that you can make updates and changes and always stay on top of it so you don't miss an important obligation. One valuable thing you can use is to use color coding. For example, work, school, personal time, vacation, exams, study sessions, tutoring, etc. This is a way to allow your mind to quickly assess what's going on in a certain day and how you need to best structure your time. I think it's really important to put all of your different learning activities on your calendar, small groups, even independent study activities, practice questions that you want to try to get done. The goal is for your calendar to represent your day-to-day time spent as much as possible so that you can take assessment of how you spend your time and plan for the things that you do need to accomplish. Make sure to build in time for wellness activities. Medical school and residency is a really long journey, and you need to make time for things like exercise, spending time with your family, your friends, your hobbies. This will help prevent burnout and can actually make you more efficient while studying in the long term. When you're actually studying, it's important to try to increase your productivity. There are some ways you can do this. One very obvious way is to put your phone on silent. Turn off your email notifications. Don't study in areas where you know you're going to get distracted. With that said, it's important to take an intentional break every 1 to 1.5 hours to make sure that you're able to stay sharp and that you give your brain a chance to relax. Everyone has a different time of day when they're most productive. For me, I'm typically most productive in the afternoon, so that's usually when I'm going over much of my new material and doing a lot of practice questions. But whatever that time is for you, try to do your most mentally taxing activities during that time of day. Maybe you're most productive in the morning, so maybe you do a lot of new content and questions in the morning. Then in the afternoon and evening, you do a review of previous material and help to synthesize that all together. Try to do your hardest tasks first and when your mind is most ready to handle them. To maximize efficiency throughout your day, one thing you can do is try to utilize your commute time smartly. Whether you take a bus or a shuttle, maybe you drive to school like I do, you can use that time. On a bus or a shuttle, it's easy to do something like flashcards or review your notes. If you're driving, it's a little harder, but one thing I really enjoyed doing was podcasts. This helped me not only during my preclinical years, but also as I started to transition into my specialty of choice, anesthesiology. There are a lot of good podcasts for various specialty fields in medicine that you can really absorb and take in on your drive to or from your clinical site or school that really allows you to start to get a sense of how you should be thinking as a future physician in that specialty. Try to use your break time efficiently. So if you have gaps between classes, pick out 1 or 2 things you can get done and get it over with. Don't try to overload yourself. Focus on small, completable tasks. I think it's really important in this field and as you progress through your career to set a time in the day to handle your digital life, your emails, and catching up with people from a work standpoint. So much business is conducted these days by emails, and I've run into so many classmates or clients that have missed out on an amazing opportunity because maybe they just didn't see the email in time or they forgot to respond. So I advise everyone to take some time every day to follow up on those important tasks. It's also important to try to prioritize your tasks for the day in terms of how important they are and when they need to get accomplished. You may be familiar with one system for this, which categorizes tasks by importancy and urgency. So for example, an urgent and important task may be studying for a quiz you have the next morning. An important but not urgent task may be a final in 4 weeks. It's important, but you have time to get it done. You can kind of see how this can allow you to approach your daily tasks and figure out where you need to spend your time and what's most important for you to get done that day, but also in the long term. I hope you found some of these tips helpful, and I recommend you try to incorporate 1 or 2 of them in the next few weeks and see if it helps you become a more efficient and productive medical student. I'm Dr. Matthew Momjian, and this has been a Med School Moment, brought to you by MedSchoolCoach. If you want more personal advice, please scan the QR code on your screen or click the link in the description to book a free consultation with our enrollment team. Your path to becoming a physician is important to us.